Hi guys, you know the way I work. I have to get things very clearly set out in my head. So let's just go over all these details because it's getting very complicated and it's good to know that we're on the same page. Both Jim Mallum and Schoenberg were in the same small town in Peru when Marcus died, and now both of those men are dead. And Schoenberg was involved before he died in some apparently very serious dispute with the DEPA activists. DEPA is this group that protect the rights of the indigenous people of Peru, because they were accusing him of biopiracy, which is what I thought as well, but there's absolutely no evidence of that. But he was obviously involved in something, he was researching something. Let's go back to DEPA, because they said in an article released that the Murataibo, a tribe in Peru, were decimated by a disease that they'd never encountered before, and that disease was measles, common measles. The interesting thing is that Jim Mallum had measles. I mean, he had measles so recently and it was so evident on his body that they managed to pick it up on his autopsy report. And the last thing that was uploaded from Schoenberg's notebook, which you can have a look at, it says Mal is Murataibo. And the implication from that is the new cell line product that Prometha have is completely derived from the Murataibo people. There's no way to prove that. Well, there is one way to prove it, and this is where it gets difficult. The only way to prove that is to get a DNA sample from the Murataibo that are in the hospital in Lima and match it to DNA samples from Prometha's cell line product, which means you have to get it from the lab. And that, I think, is going to be pretty tricky.